My name is James Blassingame. I'm with the United States Capitol Police in Washington, D.C. What we do is, as a department, is provide security for the Capitol building and members of Congress wherever they travel throughout the United States so they can carry out their legislative duties. What we're looking for, we use the basic three things. Somebody morally, mentally, and physically qualified. Someone who doesn't have an extensive record as far as traffic or police involvement, minor drug use at best, and hopefully none. We look for someone who is looking for a challenging career and someone who is physically fit. Usually someone who has self-confidence. You see people who walk around, some people are sort of shy, standoffish. We'll usually approach them to try and spark an interest, but normally someone who's interested will approach you, pretty outgoing, pretty self-confident, because that's what it takes to be a police officer. You have to be able to approach the public, be able to talk to people, be confrontational if you have to be, but also be informative and mindful of their concerns when you talk to them also. So we look for that kind of individual. The GPA is probably a big thing. Make sure their credit's squared away, not a lot of credit out there. Watch the speeding and traffic tickets, things of that nature, for us particularly. I mean, mostly any major law enforcement agency. Has not affected us at all. We're a federal law enforcement agency, and Congress controls the money. They take care of us, we take care of them, so we're hiring steadily, 300 this year, 300 next year, and so on. So no, it hasn't affected us at all. Yes, matter of fact, our department, when I started here 7 years ago, we had 1,200 officers. Today we're about 1,800, looking to go to about 2,000. So if you everybody can't be promoted to sergeant, lieutenant, there's only so many spots. But we're a full-fledged federal law enforcement agency, and we have everything you can think of other than forensics. So you can move around to, dignitary protection. Those are the members that travel with the members of Congress. We have K-9, bomb squad, hazmat, whatever you think of, we have also. A SWAT team, we call it CERT, Containment Emergency Response. So we do have a pretty well-organized department. I would say most of anything is drug usage. A lot of kids go to school, I'll be honest with you. They go to school, and they may have tried nothing throughout high school or college. And they graduate, they feel the pressure's off, and they go out and do something stupid. And that's the biggest disqualifier for us, that and credit. A lot of students come on, they go to football games, basketball games, all the vendors are there passing out credit cards. And what do? In addition, they forget about the student loans they have. Now they've got credit cards on top and no job to pay them back. I could say one major thing would be apply early. Right now there's a lot of people out of work, and everybody's applying for jobs. And I would suggest you apply as early as possible, especially for the federal government. Whether you're being a police officer or not with the federal government, jobs for the federal government are very slow. And it's going to take about a 6-month process. You cannot wait until April or May to start applying for a job, because you will not get in until later in the fall. Well, what happens, like once again, your student loans come available 6 months after you graduated and you haven't done it. So I would suggest, apply as soon as possible. Maybe internships, if those agencies offer internships, to try and get your foot in the door. Especially for the federal government, apply to as many agencies as possible. Make sure the pay grade is what you're comfortable with taking, because if you're not, you're going to be stuck there because you have to work your way up from level to level. But I would suggest you apply for a grade that's comfortable with you as far as salary. Get your foot in the door. Once you get in the door, it's easy to move around. Getting in the door initially is the hard part. So, but volume as far as resumes and applying for agencies.